Hi friends, so I just got to see this video about how to make egg fried rice from the BBC Food channel about 3 days ago, and I know that a lot of us Asians were so upset about that because we felt that the Asian way of cooking was murder that day, and I feel so bad for the lady in the video. However, the way that she cooked rice, it's just not our way of doing it, and we feel that it's incorrect. So I heard a lot of complaints like she didn't wash her rice before she started cooking it, or you just used that one finger to measure the water and all that. And first off, I want to tell you that because we eat rice almost every day of our lives, we do use rice cooker. But if you don't have a rice cooker at home, I want to show you how to cook the rice on the stove in a pot, just the regular pot, and use the one finger to measure the water, because truthfully I never measure how much rice I put in the pot, but I do use that one finger to measure the water. So let's get started. First, so some rice, I'm not really measuring it, but I know the volume will rise up about 3 times, so I'm not using too much of it. So it depends how big your pot is, but imagine about 3 times it would rise. And then I start rinsing it about a few times because I need to wash some of the starch off, otherwise the rice will get gummy and you won't like it. Now that's what the lady in the video in BBC Food channel didn't do, and that's what kind of threw a lot of us off. Also, imagine you don't want your fried rice to have some rocks or dirt in it too, and that's what happened because when the rice just left the rice mill, there's some dirt that comes with the container, some dirt that comes with the mill, so it's actually not clean. So make sure you wash the rice 2 to 3 times. I'm going to show you how I measure it, like I said, with a finger. And since this is not the new crop rice, actually it's about 10 years old, from the top of the rice, the water should only reach the first line of the knuckle, the first knuckle of my middle finger. But if I use the new crop rice, I will use the index finger because the new crops, right, generally need less water than the old one. Cover the lid and leave it on the medium heat for 25 minutes. As you can see, there's no bubble, no reaction going on right here. That means it's done and it's almost ready to serve. Turn the stove off and leave it on the stove for another 10 minutes. Just like when you use the rice cooker, after it changes from cooked to warm, you still want to leave it there for another 10 minutes before you serve, just to make sure that the rice is not too wet. And the way to tell if it's perfectly done is that the bottom is not wet, and as you can see, the rice turned out perfect. And I didn't measure the rice. Now, not every stove is built equally, so if you feel like after 25 minutes and the bottom's still wet, feel free to use 30 minutes instead of 25, but it should turn out perfect. There you go, the perfect rice. I hope this is easy enough for you to try. You may wonder, what if I have longer fingers and all that? I don't know what the science is, but that's what we do growing up, and it worked every time. I grew up this way and I use my finger to measure the water. It works, as you can see. If you want to make the fried rice, just make sure you refrigerate it for at least a few hours or overnight, so that the rice got more firm, not just soft and fluffy like the way it is now, because otherwise it will be mushy. I hope you find this video helpful, and if you like it, please make sure you share it, like it, and subscribe it, and thank you today.